Hey everyone, and welcome back to Project Anteros. Before we get started, just want to say thanks for all the love and support of this series so far. It seriously means a lot. Each episode takes a good chunk of time to plan and put together, so if you're enjoying it, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button to help me keep this going. Alright, let's get into it. Well, would you look at that? I would actually say that base is coming together quite nice. Yeah, I quite like it. It's got its charm to it. Very much still work in progress, but we'll get there. I have actually made a little bit of progress since last week. I have been working on not being able to get up here. Good. Been working on getting the actual rails of this a little bit up and running. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing that today. I'm going to see what Strider wants me to get on with. He might want me to get on with this. We'll see. But it's early in the morning. Let's see if he has a message for me.
I see you've laid the groundworks, and the crane rails are in place. Nice job. The frame's looking like the bones of something serious. But rails alone won't lift payload, and it's time to finish what you've started. This crane will serve as the Outpost's lifeline, moving bulk ingots, components, and maybe even modular cargo containers once logistics scales up. Take your time, get it right. This isn't just for today. This is the first pieces of a larger machine, and for the love of Antros. Don't ride the hook. I won't explain how I know this is a bad idea. Keep it up. Strider out.
Okay. So he does want me to get on with this gantry crane, which makes sense. It's going to be needed in order to get the production of the components up and running. Yeah, I'm guessing he's got things he wants me to do in the future. Okay. Let's work out how we're going to build a gantry crane then, I guess. Alright, so I need to build a gantry crane. I've currently got the rails, but I've been thinking about it a little bit. I'm not actually sure if that'll be the best move. Because honestly, no matter what I do, I'll need to make sure it can move both in a lateral movement and in a horizontal movement, and then also a vertical movement. So a 3-axis system. I can use pistons, I can use wheels, or I could use a mixture of both. And by the way, I'm just driving over to the refining outpost because I got a load of magnesium and stone and just some supplies. I got a rifle. I've upgraded a little bit. I built some ammo because we had some magnesium, but I need a little bit more just as a safety net of having plenty. I've just been mining an asteroid, which is literally right next to, oh, sorry, not asteroid, just a rock, which is right next to the outpost over there. So, but yeah, I need to build something. What that something is, I don't know. Haven't worked that one out, but we'll definitely work something out. Right, this should be a bit more. Okay, so in here we should have some stuff. A little bit of stone, a little bit of magnesium. It'll all be in here, I guess. Yep. And the refinery shouldn't take too long to process this. Yeah, only 20 minutes, that's not too bad. And then in here we should have. Yeah, we're already getting some magnesium. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna let that process, drive back, and let's see if we can. Got a little bit of an idea. I've got something planned, or I've got a bit of an idea for me. See if I can make it work. Because I don't know. I think it's going to involve rotors. So it could end well, and it could end terribly. Oh, and it looks like it's getting stormy. Great. Perfect time for me to do some building. Well, if I wasn't expecting the weather to be like that, I'd be dumb, because this is Antros, and the weather is always terrible. Right. So what I'm actually thinking is... Yeah. What I'm thinking is grinding down these parts here, like this. I then can place some half blocks like this. So instead of having the rails like that, I think I'm going to have channels in the ground. And there where the wheels are going to run on. So then we could place another one down like here. Yeah, so it'd be like that. I think that's an interesting idea, and I think it will look cool. The main difficulty, obviously, then is driving straight over to actually get into this part, because obviously we're going to have a slight dip. The other option, instead of using those, is I could use... Let's see. Could use blast door blocks on the side, because that would give a little bit of a indentation, but also not be too deep to actually drive over. That's not a bad idea. Well, here's a test. Let's build these ones. So they exist, and I use some of the steel plates I've got. Yeah, let's see if I can get this to work. Right. Can I drive into the warehouse when it's like this? Yes. However, I do risk that. Okay. So then the other option would be like this one. I'll do it on this side, that way we can do some testing. So let's place these blast doors like that. And grind that one down there. So, what am I looking for? Blast doors. Where did I put them? There. Okay. So that was one option where you know, as long as you're going fast, you're fine. But as soon as you go slowly, you know, you can very easily fall, right? So with this option, we still get a little bit of the indent. But even if you drive slowly, you know, you're only going to go down just a little bit. I think that is a lot better of a solution. It is, however, a lot more expensive in steel. Okay. Let's do it. Ooh, test my new rifle. I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 4 bullets. That's nice. Okay. New rifle is very nice. I approve. Alright, so I have built the tracks. Well, not fully welded them, but at least placed them in so I can see where they're gonna sort of sit. I've removed the top parts of where the rails used to be, right? I've also moved it in by a block. Because I don't want it to be right up against the building, especially since it sticks out, so I don't want it to be there, so I've moved over to here just so it's got a bit more space, and then the same with this side. I might be pushing these back by a block, I don't know. But it's got a nice central point, so I quite like it being like this. And then I've placed a rotor in the bottom here just so we can have a nice central small grid. Perfect. And then what I'm thinking is going across like this. And these will be temporary blocks for now. I'm not planning on actually doing it like this. It'll be a lot higher up. But I just want to get each side built, or at least designed. And then we can go from there. Put them in there for now. 108. Okay. Right, let's see if I can get this to work.
Energy low.
So I want a central point like this. Good. Good. Let's get it nice and low like that. That should be good. And then from there I want to place a rotor, and let's place them so they are facing like that. And like that. Let's remove some of these. Let's get some wheels. I want to get some nice loose wheels. Yeah, 3x3s, that should be good. Excuse me. Where you going? Ah, you're not going under. I gotcha. Yeah. So these will sort of sit in that channel. Spiders? You're making it very difficult for me to... Look what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, so these will sit like that. And then I guess what I can do is this block like that, this block like that, like that. Then we can place another set. Yeah. We'll place one like that and one like that. And we'll place a set like that. Good. Okay, and then what I want to do is go across the mount. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then I need to go 1, 2, 3, and I need to go down here. Yep, good. And then I need to place a half block on there. Full block on there. Block on there. Like that. And then I want to do that and that. That and that. And then we'll place the wheels on those and those. Those and those. And that will be the Gantry, I guess. Yeah, that should work. So I'll have to push these in. Yeah, probably to -2 like that. I'll do that all low at the same time, it'd be easier. Okay. And let's place all the ones on this side as well. So this is the idea I have though. It's gonna basically use wheels instead.
No energy.
Let's not die. Would not be fun. Right, I'm gonna get these in place and welded up. And I shall be back in a little bit. We'll see how long it takes.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
Alright, so it's a little bit later in the day as you can see, and I've made a little bit of progress on the Gantry system. You can see here it goes up quite tall. However, I do have a bit of a concern that it may be a little bit too narrow. I may need to widen it by, you know, a good amount of blocks. Which is fine, I can do that. I'm stuck. There we go, good. But for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all of this welded up. So as you can see, some progress has been made. We've managed to get up to this height, which is quite good, quite good indeed. What I need to do is finish welding the top arms of it. I've also added a ladder system so we can get up and down without taking any damage. It works, let's just say that. So yeah, we're gonna get the top all welded up, which shouldn't be too difficult. Get those pillars welded up. I've chucked a seat up there for now because I want to see how I can get these wheels to drive and how well that will work, because it's just going to use the rotational power of each of these. So yeah, we're going to need to basically have, if I turn this one on, oh, this grid doesn't have any power, does it? Do I have any power cells in the system? No. Okay, so let's build some power cells, and then we can request them to get auto-crafted. Come up here. He should pop up here at some point. Hey, we got power cells. We haven't got an autocraft for power cells though, which is a bit weird. Hello, Spider. How are you doing, buddy? Power cells, there we are. So let's get 100 of them all the time. That should queue up 95. There we go. Cool. So we got them processing. Any other spiders? No. And here's the thing, I've got mass blocks in the bottom of here. I don't know what's heavier, a battery or a mass block. I think mass blocks are heavier, but I don't actually know. Okay. So now what we can do is we can drive. This wants to be in a positive direction. So if I do a rotor and a plus, yeah. On all of these. Then I will know that these ones are the positive ones. So I want to do it with these ones as well on this side. Okay. I also want to get this control seat welded up. Got that one. See if I can request all the stuff for that one. Good. We can get a couple more. So we can climb the ladders. Good. And we can weld this up.
Energy low.
Okay. Rotors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Increase velocity. Decrease velocity. And then decrease velocity and increase velocity. This is not how I'll actually do it, but as a test this will work. Okay. Let's also give you like 10 million. So 10 million, 1. Yeah, that's 10 million. Good. Hey, look at it go! It goes! Oh, I love it. I love it already. Question if I... Okay. You can move at a decent speed as well. Okay. Nice. Right, so that's how it can move forward and back. And then on here we're going to have the same thing, possibly? Or do we do a piston system? Or do we do a chain drive? Do I do a gear on either side and have a chain that runs around? That could be cool. It could also be very, very annoying to build. Okay. Right, so yeah, that's the base of this. Done. What we need to do then is try and kill the spiders. The spiders have successfully been killed. Right, yeah, so we need to get all this welded up. Right.
Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart by the sirens' soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade, you're ringing out your prey, your love's a wreck and you know it's wrong.
Okay, so we have got all of the frame not welded. How have I missed an entire pillar? God damn it. I've been working on a little bit of the top part for the gantry, which basically moves left and right in one axis, well, the other axis. So we've got the current x-axis. This is the y-axis, and then I'm gonna do the z-axis. I think I actually can't remember if that's the right order, but something like that. So if I was to slide this along here, you'll see it slides. Probably work a bit better if I actually put it in the middle. But yeah, it just uses 8 rotors, so it uses 4 on each bit. Kind of just locks it in, which is quite nice. And then from here, what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, which I don't know if is gonna work, and I'm gonna find this out now, is if I was to then put this on top, does it slide in nicely? It does fit in it. Nicely is certainly a word. Okay. What I think I'm gonna do is maybe I don't know. Technically, there should be no weight lifting this thing up, apart from when you're pushing down to pick something up. But I don't know. So this obviously is one way of doing it, which I think is quite a nice way of doing it. Obviously, it'll be a lot better when all of these are free moving, not trying to be pulled by me. The other thing is we will be removing these blocks. Like that. Can I push myself? Forward! Oh, I can if I'm on subgrid. Oh! Not dead. Nearly dead, but not dead. Jesus. So it's high up this, I really should be careful. Definitely broken a leg. Anyway, this allows it to push all the way up to here. Which means yeah, fairly to the edge of really what I'd want to move anyway. Okay. I guess if this doesn't work, I'll just try something different. You know, what else can I really do? I'm also probably going to make it look a bit nicer than just a square box. Maybe. Who knows? I might not. Ooh, the other option is I could just put some of these rotors on the underside of there. That could work. I don't know. See, this is ideally what I wanted to do, and the fact that these blocks place over there is actually quite nice. Let's make a sizable line of it on each side. Let's see, can I actually push and pull it without it getting jammed? See, that's what I'm concerned about. It does get a little jammed. Okay, the other option is I could go with something like this. Like that on either side. And then I'd go with the flat panels, sorry, the middle panels, and do it like that. That then gives it like only half a bit, so it probably, yeah, so that it won't be able to haul off that because it'll only be half a block, which means it physically can't get out of it. But it will also look a bit more sturdy. And then on the outside one I can just do this. Yeah, okay. So on the outsides, I'll do that, right? Because there's not going to be anything in the way, I guess. And so from a distance it will look right. I bet on this internal one we'll just have the panels. How many things do I have to go through? Yeah, so that. Okay, now I'll do these. Okay, and if I then was to go down to the bottom, how does that look? Oh yeah, you won't be able to tell in the slightest. Well, you will if you go to that angle there, but yeah, okay. As a whole, it will look it'll look good. So this is the lowest part of this arm, right? So what the plan is, this top section is where I'm going to have the lifting mechanism. So it should be able to raise a box pretty much up to the bottom of this line here. So we'll have to have plenty of space. And I don't know what system I'm going to use. Am I just going to have a piston which goes down? Or do I go with a system like the scissor lift? It sort of pushes together to lower and then pulls to lift. That could look cool, because I could have this system this way. And so it just lowers down and then lifts back up. Or is that going to get very, very overcomplicated? Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Either way, this whole crane is looking a lot better. Oh, I don't know if I ever mentioned, I also made it a bit wider. I attached one side, pulled the other side across, and then fixed some more blocks in the middle so it's a lot wider. I think I'd already said that. I can't remember. But yeah, overall, very, very nice indeed. There is an idea to this madness. There certainly is some plan to this madness. I just can't tell whether it is a good plan or a bad plan. So, to give some information, what I'm trying to do is connect this top gantry part to the rest of the build. So then when I'm in the seat, I can control everything. Because at the moment, this is a separate entity to this. So it can't get power and it can't use any interface unless it's connected to something. And my brain went to, hey, how do they do it when they need to, you know, on sort of 3D printers and stuff? And usually you'll have like a cable track which runs along and wraps up. And then as it pulls across that way, this bit gets shorter, and as it goes this way, it all rolls out and gets extended. And it kind of works. Kind of. What I think I need to do is... So I was trying to be lazy. I was trying to do it in sort of big chunks, just so it's not as many rotors. But I think I need to do it like every one. Yeah. But it does go. You know, I have just set each of the rotors to just a little bit of speed. At least to 5. Let's see if it can go a bit. Yeah, Mum. Yeah, Mum. Yeah, there you go. So there is... there is some form of order to the madness. Yeah, it's definitely too big a chunks. For what was the idea? But it works, right? Because if I was to look into here, and I can see all of the rotors which are currently doing anything, which means it is connected. It's also powered. I also think I need to limit it, otherwise it's also never going to roll back out. Oh. Oh. I love it. It's so stupid. It's not at all what I wanted to do, but it is, well, it's close. It works, in a weird sense. What happens if I set these rotors in reverse? What if I try and do it the other way now? What could possibly go wrong here? Oh, this is an accident waiting to happen. Come on, push. Push. Yes. Yes. You know what actually somehow works better than I expected? Yes. This should not work. This one's not going to work though, right? This one's just going to jam it up. Because it's going to try and get into a 90 degree. Yeah, this isn't a good angle for it. If I was to say, hey, you're not allowed to go to that kind of angle. You're only allowed to go to like a 30 degree. And so are you, you're also not allowed to do that. You're allowed to go to like a... Or even I think 50 degrees should work. Oh god. Leap of faith.
Low health.
Ugh. Just not going to worry about the cart, which is just slowly going across the top. But I tell you what, it looks cool. There is an idea, and I like it. We just need to make it work fully. Oh, we are so close. Right, I'm going to do a bit more experiment and I shall return shortly. Alright, so it's not the most stable of designs, but it does work. Oh, this is stupid. I love it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be controlling it with buttons, but this just gets a sense of how it works without having to keep going into the menus. It works a lot better with the smaller chain. We can get to both edges, nice. I love it. It's stupid and I love it. Oh my god. And these ones should be 30. Oh. The small battery which I put on has finally run out of power. Ooh, I'm nearly gonna die. Oh. That was close. It was very close to death. A lot more stable. And I've also got to, I guess, think that we're not, you know, it's not just going to be moving across here, it's going to have weight lower down. Oh, I actually think that's going to work. And I don't know if that's amazing or terrifying, or, you know. Oh, that's funny. I love that. The question is, do we add another one to the other side? Well, it moves it. Oh, this thing is amazing. This thing is truly, truly amazing. I love it. I actually love it. Ah, cool.